Hello and welcome to our newscast. I'm Hwang Jie, live from Seoul. Our top story this morning. Later today, the top court in the Korean capital will decide whether to approve the validity of the arrest warrant for Choi Soon-sil, President Park Geun-hye's close friend and who's at the heart of the power abuse scandal. The Seoul Central District Court will hold the hearing at 3 p.m. a day after state prosecutors requested a warrant. Choi's lawyer had earlier told reporters that his client will attend today's hearing. A fierce battle is expected between state prosecutors and Choi's defense counsel. The prosecution charges the president's friend with abuse of authority and attempted fraud. She's also accused of using her ties to President Park for her own financial gain, as well as meddling in state affairs. Staying with the ongoing probe into the scandal, the net widened late Wednesday as prosecutors detained former presidential secretary Ahn Jong-beom. He denies allegations of forcing local companies to donate tens of millions of dollars to two cultural foundations, which Choi Soon-sil is believed to have established and operated. Oh Jung-hee reports.
Seoul prosecutors arrested without warrant former presidential secretary Ahn Jong-beom late Wednesday night. The emergency detention was made at 11:40 p.m., roughly 10 hours after he first appeared at the Seoul Central District Prosecutor's office as a suspect in the ongoing abuse of power scandal surrounding Choi Soon-sil, President Park's longtime confidant. The prosecution said they made the arrest without warrant as Ahn denied most of the charges held against him during the questioning and has been found to have pressured some key witnesses to make false testimonies. They also had reason to believe Ahn could attempt to destroy evidence unless detained. Prosecutors must file a court request for an arrest warrant within 48 hours or the suspect must be released. The prosecution is questioning the former presidential secretary on allegations of abusing his authority to help Choi establish the Mir and K Sports Foundation and secure corporate donations of roughly $70 million. Ahn is being held as the main suspect in a crime of abuse of official authority, a charge that's only applied to public officials. As Choi has held no official post in the administration, Ahn becomes the main suspect and Choi an accomplice. Statements from the former Director General of K Sports, the current Vice President of the Federation of Korean Industries, and an opposition lawmaker have indicated Ahn did pressure conglomerates into making donations. Prosecutors are also looking into whether more officials in the presidential office took part in or supported Choi in setting up the foundations. More than 50 conglomerates that donated funds to Choi's foundations are to be investigated as well. Oh Jung-hee, Arirang News.
And Korea's Prime Minister nominee Kim Byung-jun will hold a press conference this afternoon to lay out his stance on various state affairs. Kim is also expected to make his position clear on the opposition blocs as well as ruling parties' strong opposition to his appointment. Lawmakers claim President Park Geun-hye is unilaterally pushing through a cabinet reshuffle. 3 days after replacing key aides linked to the Choi Soon-sil scandal, President Park named a new prime minister and finance minister who also serves as deputy prime minister in an effort to set up a new and more balanced cabinet to carry her administration through the remainder of her term. A new minister of public safety and security was also appointed. The U.S. Federal Reserve has kept interest rates on hold for November in a widely expected move ahead of the presidential election in the United States next week. The Fed, however, did set the stage for a possible hike for next month as the economy shows signs of gaining momentum. Noram has more.
The Fed's interest rate setting committee released its statement on Wednesday, saying that rates will be unchanged for this month. It said that after a two-day meeting, the committee decided to wait for further evidence of continued progress toward its objectives. Analysts had expected the Fed not to take any action with less than a week before the presidential election. The central bank, however, signaled at a possible hike in December. It said the American economy had gained steam, job creation remained solid, and policymakers were more confident inflation was nearing the bank's 2% target. In the statement, the Fed also removed its previous reference to inflation remaining low in the near term. The Fed said the case for the increased borrowing costs continued to strengthen, meaning action could be taken when the committee gathers next month for its final meeting of the year. This is also backed by Fed Chair Janet Yellen's comments a couple of months ago that a move before year's end was likely as long as U.S. employment and inflation continued to get stronger. After the announcement, markets were little changed, with most analysts expecting the rate rise next month. Yellen will hold a press conference after the next meeting, which wraps up on December 14th, where she will explain any action the bank takes and may even give a glimpse into any possible increases next year. Noaram, Arirang News.
And that wraps it up for now. Thank you for watching. I'm Hwang Jie, and do join us again for more updates at 10 a.m. Korea time with Mark Broom, and goodbye.